Hey puzzle busties, welcome back to my channel, Javi's Puzzle Odyssey. Alright guys, today we are going to be reviewing a brand, and it is the brand eeBoo. And we have this beautiful 1,000 piece puzzle by the brand eeBoo, and it is called Kitchen Chickens. And it looks like it was released in 2019 by the artist Anissa Makul, or 2021, one of them. The illustration copyright was 2019, and then it was copyrighted with eeBoo in 2021, I think. But we are going to be getting into this, and I just want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the Puzzle Odyssey family. I just want to say thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting. It means a lot. It helps with the growth of my channel. I also want to say, for anyone that's new here, just a reminder, on this channel, we do puzzle brand reviews, puzzle reviews, speed puzzling videos. We do an artist series, which I've came up with myself, where we review the artist of the puzzle. So we have a bunch of playlists on my channel. You can look at the playlist and check out all of the different playlists that I have, different types of videos that I have. So plenty for everyone. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. So with that being said, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Drop a comment, ring the post notification bell for future updates and videos. All right, guys, we're gonna get into an unboxing. We are gonna be reviewing this woman-owned brand. I'm excited about it. I love that it's a small-owned business and it's woman-owned. I think that's beautiful. And for the time lapse, I'm going to be giving you information about the company, some insight when they started, where they started, who the owner is, all that good stuff. So stick around and I will give you my final thoughts at the end. All right, guys, we are going to do the unboxing. I did want to give you guys a close-up of the packaging from eeBoo. It's a pretty big box. Let me just, there we go. Big box. And I'll show you here. Kitchen Chickens. I felt like I was going to say that wrong. But you have the whole image here on the front. You have some information about the illustrator, which I will touch on in my voiceover. You got the piece size, 23 by 23, so it is a square, which I'm happy, because I haven't did a square puzzle in a while. You have some information in languages. You have the back. It says eeBoo. You have the image here again. You have the actual piece sizes. You have the cat here, and then a little thing here. It says a cup of tea, a lemon slice, flowers, red, pink, kettle cat, and coffee can. What do those chickens think? The puzzle includes everything except the sink. All right, we're gonna open her up. You have a poster. This is actually my favorite size poster because this is portable. So I like the poster. It is a really thin paper. Really thin, and you can feel it. It almost feels like a newspaper or something, but you have some images on the back for other puzzles that they have. I really like this one. I like these cutaway ones. I might have to check those out. Oh, I like this one here too. All right, I'll go ahead and pull out some pieces. Trying to get a few different shapes. I feel like I'm pulling the same shapes out. Okay. Oh, look at me. All right, I pulled out about 9 different shapes. So very similar to like your typical grid cut puzzle. Nothing crazy. Definitely not any whimsical pieces. But yeah, I like the prongs. I feel like they're, different shapes, so it'll make it easy for puzzling and finding where things go. All right, shininess. It is shiny, very, very shiny, very glossy. I haven't did a glossy puzzle this glossy in a while. Not sure why it's so glossy, but the gloss is there. If I put my light to it, you get the glare. There's not a lot of dark pieces, so it shouldn't be that bad. The gloss looks really bad on dark pieces, so I'm hoping it's not a problem. And then I also noticed something. Don't know if my camera could catch it. I'll have to upload this in 4K. But the back of the puzzle has a glossy finish too. Kind of like a film there. Not like a paperback, but not sure. But it's smooth in the back. You don't feel the cardboard, so it's interesting. I kind of like that. And then thickness. The puzzle is a nice thickness. Nice sturdy cardboard. Definitely has that satisfying click. So the quality is there. If I can compare it to another puzzle shape, thickness. I'll grab one of these buffalo. This is probably not a good example because the buffalo pieces these are big. But just for size, this is a 300 piece. This is their pieces. The thickness. I don't know if you guys can see it, but pretty thick for a puzzle. So definitely good quality. Definitely shiny. So if you're somebody who doesn't like shiny puzzles, this one's definitely not for you. But I'll go ahead and get to sorting. I'll pull the edges out and we'll get to puzzling. All right, guys, I'm done sorting. I'll just go ahead and show you guys what I did really quick. I felt like this was a sloppy sort, but whatever. I did start putting things together so I could show you guys the hold. And okay, it is a bit on the looser side. But it's definitely not like super crumbly. Definitely holds together. So you definitely can move sections around. And this is probably not the best section to pick up. But it's not like super crumbly, but it doesn't have a strong hold. I personally don't really care about the hold too much, but I know some people do. Here goes some of the tiles I sorted. Just miscellaneous black and brown and gray. You have the green. Again, see, like this one held together better. So I think it depends like what pieces are put together. Oops, as it crumbles. So the blue. And then just, I don't know what. This looks like it's going to be the cupboard or the cabinet, whatever. And then the edges, of course. So I'm going to go ahead, put these edges together, and then get to puzzling. I think this is going to be a fairly easy puzzle, just to go over what I'm planning to do. I have everything sorted, so I will probably start with the edges and maybe start with the tiles down there, but who knows? We'll see. All right, guys. Sorting was fairly easy. I pretty much just took me about 30 minutes because I really was sitting down taking my time. But I really just sorted by colors and objects. This puzzle had very distinctive sections. You have the wooden drawers, you have the cabinet, the brown cabinet, which is a different color brown as the stove is green. You have the beautiful yellow background, the blue table with the chickens, and the tile floor. It was a pretty straightforward sort. I will say I didn't struggle sorting, and sorting was definitely necessary as it helped me put this puzzle together as soon as possible. Before we get into the brand review, I wanted to talk about the illustrator because she is marked on the box. So shout out to eeBoo for putting the illustrator information on there. I love that. So the name is Anissa Mekhow. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but it looks like the first name is Anissa. Is a certified travel bug, which serves as a major inspiration for her works. Anissa used to design screen print her own line of clothing, but when her family moved to Amsterdam in 2013, she started to paint. I like that. We got a little bit of insight on her. I like that it gave us a little bit of information about her. I think that's wonderful. But that's not today's focus. Today's focus is actually on the brand. All right. So, eeBoo Puzzle brand overview. I'm going to give you an overview of the brand and the ownership. So, eeBoo is a woman-owned boutique toy and puzzle company based in New York City. It was founded in 1994, so I was probably 3 or 4 years old, by Mia Gallison. I think that's cool that her name is Mia Gallison. Isn't there like a puzzle company called Gallison? But anyways, who still serves as the president and creative director. She created the company with the intention of combining meaningful work with a family-centered lifestyle. Over the years, eeBoo has grown into a well-regarded brand in the toy and puzzle industry, known for artistic, educational, and sustainable products. Love that. I did go look at her website, and I felt like everything in there is done with like a purpose. Like every puzzle or image on there has some sort of a purpose or meaning behind it, which I really like. But let's talk about the puzzle styles and the themes that they have. eeBoo offers a wide variety of puzzles for both children and adults, known for their vibrant, detailed artwork and high quality materials. I will say the material was high quality. She has children puzzles, piece count from 20 to 100 pieces, themes like magical creatures, animal vehicles, and fairy tales, designed for fun and developmental learning. And then she has for adult and family puzzles, piece counts ranging between 500 to 100 pieces. Themes can vary: nature and garden, interiors, libraries, cats, animals, whimsical scenes, crafted to appeal to casual and serious puzzlers alike. She has theme collections like topics like kitchen scene, like this one, travel, wildlife, seasons, and more. All feature artwork by established and emerging illustrators. I love that about the company. And you guys know I'm doing my illustrator series, so if you guys have any ideas on any eeBoo illustrators that you want me to cover, I'm happy to look into it. Let's talk about the pricing. Pricing vary depending on the puzzle size and retailer. The children puzzles are starting around $13.99. The adult and family puzzles typically are $26.99, with some sales offering prices as low as $22.99. This is US dollars, by the way. There are discounts from third-party retailers that may offer puzzles for as low as $10.99. So yeah, I was on Amazon a few days ago, and I think I saw one for like $8, $9. I got mine from the Goodwill, so I paid $4.99 for it. So you guys know I like a good budget puzzle. And this is a known brand. I feel like a lot of people, it's like an up and coming brand, eeBoo. I feel like they've been around for long, but I just started hearing about them just a few years ago. So it's nice to see that they're, getting recognition around. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw like in other countries they were using her puzzles for like speed puzzling competitions. So that was nice to see. So I think that's decent. But let's talk about the material, sustainability, and materials. eeBoo is deeply committed to eco-friendly production, made with 90% recycled board, printed with vegetable-based inks, and uses FSC certified paper, designed with minimal package to reduce waste. The package doesn't seem as minimal to me, but it's a decent size. It's a good quality package, I'll say that much. Um, but all in all, eeBoo really seems like a really good company. I love everything that they're about, even just the name of the company, eeBoo, Peace and Love, and everything that I've seen on like all their images just exudes like a sense of calm, a relaxation, comfort, motivational. I have that women women empowerment puzzle upstairs. I'm saying women empowerment, but it was like Women National Women's Day. But I mean, it is right. It's still women's empowerment, right? I like that on their illustrations. It's different cultures. That puzzle I have upstairs, which I will do a review on at some point because it's a 500 piece. But you have women from different cultures, different careers, different race, different religion, all together, and that's how it should be. That's how real life should be, right? We're one world. We should be all just one. And we should all be able to work and coexist together, regardless of where we came from or what we believe in, religious or culturally. So I like this company, and I really like that the owner incorporates that on her puzzles and her toys for children. They're educational. So I really took a liking to this brand, and I was really excited to work on this puzzle. Um, there is the glare. You'll see the glare on the screen. It's the inevitable with this puzzle because this puzzle is very shiny, which I will touch at on the end of this video, when I give you my final thoughts. But besides that, I really enjoy putting this puzzle together, this artwork together, and I'm happy that I was able to grab a copy of this because $26.99 is a little pricey if I wanted to buy one brand new. I know Amazon have them pretty cheap, but I will definitely grab a puzzle from Second Ad without a question if I see a brand that I know is hard to get, like Cloudberries. I saw a Cloudberries puzzle. I grabbed it so quick. I was like, no one's grabbing this. But yeah, there's so many brands to review. So if you guys have any brands in mind that you want me to touch on, let me know. I still have to do a Cobble Hill puzzle. I still have to do the Cloudberries. So we still have a bunch of puzzles to review, puzzle brands to review. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. All right, guys. And actually, I did some more digging because I wanted to know a little bit more about the owner. And I saw that she is on Reddit, and she was like responding to some Reddit posts, which I think is really sweet. But she was talking about how she started eeBoo 25 years ago in her basement in her apartment, with the help of family. She had a team behind her. And of course, her dog Bingo. She built the business developing toys, games that foster creative play. And she stated in her post that she always used recycled material. In 2016 is when she started the Peace and Love line of jigsaw puzzles. Thought that was really cool. So in 2016, she started the Peace and Love. So that's why you see on the puzzle box, eeBoo, Peace and Love. And she's a mother, she's a business owner, and guess what, guys? She's also a jigsaw junkie. She focused on developing puzzles that reflect her values of community, sustainability, diversity, and she's proud of her work, and she's been able to do with Women's March in 2020. So I thought this was really interesting to read and see that she's out there with the community. She is definitely a Wonder Woman in the community. It seems like she's someone who cares about the community and, cares about what she puts out there in her product, cares about her line of work. I bet you she's amazing to work with. Like, it's people like that you want to work with, people who care about others. I feel like, we're in a weird state of the world right now, and we do need to be more kind to each other. So keep that in mind. I feel like puzzlers don't need to hear this, because I feel like puzzlers are just genuinely good people. We all have something in common. We all like to puzzle and be calm. But I love what everything this company is about, and I love that the owner, Mia Gallison, seems like such a sweetheart, such a sweet person, and it really makes you appreciate, you know, companies like this. And we need more companies out here like this. And her puzzles are beautiful. She has beautiful images, really cool illustrators, good quality. Yeah, they're a little bit on the shinier side, but you know, it's ultimately a beautiful product. But I just wanted to throw that out there, let you guys know what I found. Um, I will go ahead and let you watch the rest of this time lapse. I'll see you at the end. All right, guys, the puzzle is complete. I loved it. I did this puzzle, I want to say it took over 3 to 4 days. I started it and took my time. I did want to go over some of the pros and some of the cons, but before we do that, let's see if the puzzle stands to the pickup challenge. And it does. Beautiful, guys. Oh, we got a runaway piece. A couple pieces kind of got loose. But first of all, let me just say, this puzzle was bought used and there was no damaged pieces, no missing pieces. So shout out to whoever turned this into second half with all the pieces there. All right, so let's get to it. So first things first, I want to talk about some of the pros. I took notes so I can stay organized. My favorite part about the puzzle was the illustration. This illustration was beautiful, well done, and there were nice fine lines. There were very prominent pieces. There was plenty of sections to sort from. The visual, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I mean, this illustration is beautiful, and nothing about the illustration made it hard to puzzle. It wasn't like a painting where you kind of struggle when it comes to like the brush strokes or just paintings in general. They can be tough, but this one, beautiful, love it. Had no complaints about that. The image has crisp, clean, and I will say if anything, the puzzle image looks brighter than the image on the box. But true to color, if anything, very nice. I would say I think the gloss on it is what makes it a little bit more brighter, but we'll get into that. I do like the piece cut. You guys know I am a ribbon cut, standard cut, grid cut, whatever you want to call it person. So I prefer a puzzle that has pieces like this. Now I've been in my random era and I've been doing some randoms here and there, and I've been enjoying that too. And I just love puzzles in general, so my preference is grid cut, ribbon cut, whatever you want to call it. Now I want to talk about the price of the company because this is a brand review. So I went on the website and it looks like the puzzles can range from anywhere from $20 to $26 depending if there's a sale or not. So I think the price point is fair. I will say the quality of the puzzle is really good. This is a solid piece. So this is a used puzzle and the pieces almost look brand new. So that just goes to show that the quality is good. Another point that I wanted to make was that the company used real artists and not AI. I know it's a big deal these days, especially because I feel like artists can struggle for work. So now having AI take over and take even more of their jobs so that companies don't have to hire artists is the whole thing. Nothing against AI, but I can appreciate artwork more on a puzzle. Not gonna lie, I've seen some AI puzzles that I was like, I'm getting it. And I will get them. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, I'm gonna be honest. If I like the image, I'll get it. That is the whole purpose of doing a puzzle for me, is the image. I gravitate towards the image. But I will always hands down support a real artist over AI any day, anytime. So just wanted to throw that out there. Now we're gonna get into the cons. Now, the puzzle is glossy for real. It is very glossy, and I know some people don't like glossy puzzles. So that's more of a personal preference versus a con. But I feel like in the puzzle community, I always hear a lot of people say they do not like glossy puzzles. I hear majority of the people do that. So I'm not sure what that's about. I personally do not mind the gloss. It does not bother me. I did not struggle putting this puzzle together because of the glossiness. I will say the gloss is prominent. I'm not going to lie. It's a prominent glossy puzzle. However, I didn't struggle with it, and I've never struggled with gloss. And I will say the gloss gives it a nice finish if this is something you're gonna frame, but I do know that people prefer a satin or a matte finish. So I don't even know if it's advertised on here that it's a glossy puzzle. Doesn't really say it, but if you're someone out there and you're interested in an eeBoo and you do not like glossy puzzles, this might not be the one for you. But I will say it did not bother me. The only time I'm worried about a glossy puzzle is when I'm filming a video and I have the overhead lamps. Mind you, I have diffusers on my lamps to kind of offset the glare, but sometimes it still shows up on the puzzle, on the image. But I didn't struggle at all with this. The gloss was not bad at all to me. So one last con that I wanted to bring up, I did have a lot of false fits. Quite a few, not anything crazy or anything that made me frustrated or made me not want to do the puzzle. I think that some of the pieces, the nubs on the pieces, they're very short. I'll see if I can also insert a picture. They have very short nubs. Of course, it's like not gonna focus, but I'll put a picture up. Very short nubs, so I feel like that is the reason why sometimes you can get a false fit. There was a couple times I had to move things around because I'm like, this looks like it goes here, it fits here, but it doesn't go here. So there were false fits, and it's not bad. It's not anything crazy. Like I've had puzzles where I couldn't deal with it and I put them away. So definitely not bad at all. So just two cons, two things that you want to keep in mind if you do want to try the brand out. So overall, I give this puzzle, quality wise, a 8.5 out of 10. Satisfaction and overall with fun, excitement, I give it a 9 out of 10. It was very fun, like very fun. I really enjoyed this one. And actually, I have two other eeBoo puzzles upstairs, and they are 500-piece puzzles. I'm going to give them a try out, and maybe I'll do a separate review and see if there's any difference between the 500-piece count and the 1,000-piece count, because I know the cut can be different. So I'll have to check that out eventually. But overall, I love the puzzle, and it is definitely hobby approved for sure. And if anyone out there is looking for some cool illustrations, I was on their website and they have beautiful illustrations. I mean, there's illustrations I didn't see out there on any other puzzles. Thought it was really cool. There's like the two I have are the Women's International Day, and then I have one with moths on it. And they're round puzzles. So that was another thing I like. I like the square shape. I thought that was cool on 1,000 piece. I've done square shapes on like 500 pieces on certain brands, but I've never done a 1,000 piece square shape. I liked it because it gave you room on the table to like bring pieces on the side versus having them all up on the top or the bottom of the puzzle. So I thought that was interesting. So quality, this is a sturdy piece of board. There is a wax or a layer of like laminate in the back. I don't know if it's like laminate or what it is, but what I will say about it is I thought it was interesting. It made the puzzle feel smooth, like moving pieces around on the board felt very smooth. And I even tested it on my felt table and it felt smooth on there, but it didn't have a good grip like regular cardboard without this like layer on it. So I don't know if that's something you guys want to consider too, but I enjoyed it. This was a really good one, and I will definitely be purchasing more eeBoo. Another thing I wanted to point out was you can look up online. They're usually having sales. Amazon is always putting their puzzles on sale. I think I saw one the other day for like $8 on the website. It was a little bit more, so you can always keep a lookout. I got mine used at the secondhand store for, let's see how much the price was, $4.99. So, and all the pieces were there. and the quality was good. So the pieces were like in good shape. This puzzle is gonna last a while. It's gonna get many uses out of it. And I'm going to see if family wants to do it. If not, I will put this up and donate it to someone in the neighborhood. And if nobody wants it, I'll take it to Second Ave. So I really enjoyed it. All right, guys, that is it for today. I had a blast doing this puzzle. I hope you all enjoyed the time lapse. Hope you enjoyed the information I gave you about the puzzle company. I love that it's women owned. So shout out to all my women out there who are doing their thing, making these beautiful puzzles, making these beautiful illustrations. I love it. I will see you all in the next one. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Drop a comment. And I will see you all soon. Bye. I told my friend it reminds me of her sister's house. Hi, Anna. It looks just like your house with the cat and the chickens running around. It kind of reminds me of my dad's house too. My dad, just not as pretty. My dad's house is not colorful like this, but definitely my friend Anna's house is beautiful like this. So, bye.